What has happened? It's been almost 2 weeks since we've last gotten. Well, it's a little longer than 2 weeks, actually. I'm hoping Kelly is feeling a lot better. I know she's probably helping take care of the kids and wants to play actually too at this one.
She is feeling much better, yes.
Yes. Still, I feel like she probably still got a few aches and pains, but way better.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked a little bit through chat and all that. You did have you showed up on the 24th at the Tribor. Uh, you had a brief conversation with Miss Timer, Samber. I will not go into the dealings of that. That's between you and her. On the morning, it was raining hard. You had a you met with headaches because you decided to let's go drinking tonight or last night. Cooked breakfast, flatjacks and bacon, chilled milk and water was also given. While the breakfast was hot and good, the morning rains was not. Sammer asked the innkeeper about a place to get wares. She sent him to the lion's share upon getting with Brady in tow. They seemed to find a disgruntled patron, did not get a name, trying to sell off overpriced goods, is the best way I could describe it. Dissuading him from continuing his line of lies, Sambers started the ritual class to detect magic. Upon seeing this, the patron left in a huff. Simmer continued to buy his supplies of smith tools, tinker tools, and rope with a trade of one light crossbow and a case and 20 gold. He then went to talk with the missus about potions and trading and some loot for 4 more potions and some gold. Beatty tried to pump Tyson, the proprietor, for info, but only got a hush, ill-spoken rumors. But if he would like to know a few more things, he could try the campgrounds or the Wainwright Wagon Shop, and even maybe the Lord Protector himself. So let me hold on. Go. Give me this second. Unpause. Thank you. So rains are still kind of going, but going for a bit longer. I don't even think I got that going. And it's all on you. Let's do this though. Maybe. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, and yes, Brady, you got a cloak too. Even though there's no cloaks per se in here, which I thought was funny.
It is a bit odd.
Right? Let's try this one. So, Einen and Sorsha, your half of your party has gone to the lion's share. What I would assume would have been told them, the lion's share. Any indication you're doing besides any morning things you're going to be planning on doing? It's still like 9 in the morning.
Nope.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what was going on at that time.
Yep, nope. That's why I was like, hey, I'll mute it real quick, take the phone call, and then turn it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm pretty much just making sure all our stuff's together and cleaned up and ready to go. When they're ready to leave, we'll leave. Otherwise, at the moment, my character doesn't have anything other than checking over everybody's armor that's left the place to make sure that it's in a good spot, good way. Kind of my thing. So that's what I'm doing. Did you hear me?
Yep.
Was I stuttering?
Yep. I heard you just fine.
Okay.
So you
Anybody
were.
needs their armor looked at, they send it to. They make sure it's left with me. If I remember correctly, I ate breakfast. Those two went shopping, and I was just trying to figure out what I could do with anything.
Okay. Brady, Sambert. I remember last time, Brady, you were talking about maybe going to the north to the caravan campgrounds at one time.
Yeah, we were, if I remember correctly, we were looking for information on what is effectively our next target, set of group of bandits that I believe are south of here, on our way back to the main city. But nobody was really looking to talk about it, and but they were willing to tell us people who might have encountered them. Um, so yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that means going out in the damn rain because people can't, for some reason, figure out that it's raining. They should go to an inn and play cards. But yeah, I think he said the group we were looking for was either north of us on the outskirts of town, or there was another
there was two campground areas. Yeah. There's two campgrounds.
care of horses and stuff like that.
Yeah, there are two campgrounds. One to the north and one to a little bit to the west that are, probably have a few wagons maybe there or not. I mean, you could possibly would have saw the market square or at least the tower of the Lord Protector, and he said to the south was the wagon people who get their wagons repaired and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying I'm choosing this because it's drier, but yeah, at least one of those, it sounds like it's indoors and closer. I mean, I just bought a cloak, but if I don't have to get it soaked, on the same day I bought it, that would be awesome.
So you're going to make yourself run over across the Wainwright, or you're the Lord Protector?
I would choose the Wainwright because the Lord Protector. I don't have any problems with the police as long as they don't have any problems with me. But the best way to keep that in action is not to see them.
Okay. So that would be closest. Do you inform Sammer that you're heading south to the...
I'm trying to remember. We don't have horses, do we? We've been marching this entire way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Maybe I can see what he's willing to charge for 4 fine quality horses. Or hopefully they aren't broken down nags.
A longtime fixture in the Tribor, the Wainwright Wagons has its own horse-driven sawmill, a large buildings for lumber storage, and has been established originally catered to the wealthy elite by crafting the finest, most expensive wagons in this valley. The current owner, a male Alaskan human by the name of Tulser Wainwright, seems a little bit
Light in the pants?
No. I'm trying to describe how it would be for him. Common gentleman. Doesn't look like he's a carpenter. Doesn't have the hands, I would say, because you do have a decent perception. He doesn't seem like he spends much. He's more of a businessman than he is.
Businessman, financier, and manager than he is an actual laborer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's workable. Does he appear to have tack and saddle horses? Is the only thing they sell like full on carriages? Because
yes, he sells.
Expensive.
Yeah, it is. He sells wagons and tack for wagons. So.
Okay, but
hold on. No,
horse,
of course,
need to go somewhere else.
Yeah, if you need a horse, you need to go somewhere else. He sells pretty much just wagons. That's pretty much that's all he sells. It's saying it's all carpentry. So there's no leather workers, so there's no tack for it per se. It's all carpentry, and you can see that some examples of the work that's done and they want exuberant prices for what is not the best quality work you've seen. Well, let me see your character a second. Let's see. Would you really actually know that?
I mean, I have a background of traveling, and I don't have animal handling, so I imagine I've spent a fair amount of time in carts and various means of transportation that aren't me walking.
I would give it that, yeah. Given base knowledge, it's like you seem better. You seem better for you come and go through Waterdeep. You go like that. You seem better for less.
Yeah, we're paying the out in the country rates. Actually, somebody else is paying that shit. I'm not paying. So I will. I'm gonna try and avoid like the owner because it doesn't sound like he deals.
Mr. Wainwright.
It doesn't sound like he deals much with the actual customer base, and try and find maybe a salesman. And effectively, we're at a car lot, so there's got to be a salesman available.
Yeah, that would he is a salesman too.
Oh, great.
Oh, oi! Looking to buy a wagon, are you?
I mean, I'm looking for conveyance. That is true.
Well, I sell some of the yeah.
My group of friends and I are headed back to Waterdeep from here, and having not to slog through the mud would be nice.
Got some of the best you could buy in town. The Wainwright brand is a name indeed. I have some skilled carpenters, and we do what we need.
In the back of my mind, I'm glad he included the words "in town."
I'm almost part. Okay, back in your mind. Okay, I'll let it
With
roll.
you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not rolling my eyes,
Yeah.
I got a poker face. At the same time, I'm like, well, it's sort of honest.
What you looking for? Looking for a 4-horse drawn card? Hope you got some horses, because we don't sell the horses. You can get that at the Happy Ranch across the way. But we do have some of the best horse-drawn carts, wagons you can get. Now, if you come over here and he takes you to this, like, pretty nice in its own, but, a little bit over the price. See, we got this nice little devil here that'll take you all the way back to Waterdeep. Really nice on its way. He kind of pats it, and as he pats it, like I'll give the example. He gives a pat to one of the supposedly nice, intricate carvings like that, and it kind of breaks off. He goes, "We can fix that right up too."
Ew, used car salesman. Yes.
Don't worry about it. No charge. But just for over a...
Looks utterly disgusted.
You're not even there.
I'm not.
No, you...
Son of a bitch. I'm disgusted halfway across town, and I don't even know why.
You haven't said anything about, I wish to go with Brady.
Is he going to buy an object? Because if he's going to buy an object, I'm probably going with him because I don't trust anybody to make them right.
Well, and I don't know if I'm going to buy an object. I might if I get a good deal, which, let's face it, is not happening here. More importantly, I was going to go pump some of the locals for information on the route south. And
that I won't be of much use about. So
this guy is not the guy I need to talk to. And on top of that, he doesn't sell horses. Like, I was kind of assuming we'd be able to at least buy horse and tack.
Oh.
But it sounds like that's actually the shop across the way. So at the moment, I'm trying to, like,
scoot,
extricate myself from this awkward conversation without looking like an asshole.
Well, I do assume you already have your horse and tackle ready for this nice fine wagon here, sir.
Oh, no, we were thinking that it would come as a package deal. Unfortunately, if that's not the case, then I will need to go to the
Well, let's see here. Let's see if I can help you with. Oh, no. You kind of cut him off in a way, and it's like, well, you go talk to the people at Happy Ranch like that. And when you get your horse attacked, you come back on here, and we'll set you right up.
So I don't suppose you've dealt with any of the people, caverners, caravanners, wagoneers, that sort of thing, that are headed south. I mean, because heading, over in a group actually might be safer than just the four of us traveling alone.
Well, to be real honest with you, and I haven't heard that much, and he's kind of rolling his eyes a little bit back, and he kind of looking up and around, and,
The kind of thing where I don't need an insight check to call bullshit?
Yes. But it seems like he's, maybe he needs something else.
I mean, you seem like a fairly knowledgeable individual, influential in the local politics and such. I'm certain that if anyone were to come through, you'd obviously receive some of the best. Well, let's call it information, because gossip is so low,
I totally agree, sir.
I mean, if anything were, in making of the rounds, that I'm certain you would know. I mean, a man of your stature.
Oh, definitely. But see, I don't sit here and spread those kind of comments like that. At least not in any kind of does his best. He's bad at it. Kind of was full price.
Now he's shaking it down for money.
No, he's shaking them down.
How much gold are we sitting on?
I don't know. Well, how much gold are you sitting on? I'm not supposed to keep track of that, really. Am I?
I'm trying to find the party loot. Hang on.
I can tell you where it is. It's in the suitcase. No, not suitcase.
No, it's under the book.
Yeah, under the book. I have too many things open in the book areas. So, party treasure, very bottom. I should move that to the top. I don't know what y'all have really, so.
Finding party treasure down there isn't bad. We should have that much gold somewhere around there.
There we go.
Yes, but most of the party treasure is in somebody else's hands right now. So anything in there, you won't have access to because Samber has it.
Wah, wah.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, but I mean,
Is it a bad option to hold it for us?
we're
not
sitting
saying
on
that.
over 1,000 silver pieces. If nothing else, dropping some of those on this guy, lightens our load a little bit. And it doesn't really hurt us.
I mean, you have your own personal wealth, don't you? Yeah. You have like 10 gold on
Of
you.
course not. I'm like,
Of course not,
what are
no.
you talking about? My money? What? No, there's no my money. There's our money.
I have 2 gold pieces left.
Drinking last night costly.
Pretty drunk.
Yeah, I have enough that it would be an effective bribe, but saying, okay, so if a cart normally costs 15, it probably costs 20 here. So that'd be, I mean, 2 silver for just talk might be decent. God, I hate spending my own money.
That's what you got on you right now.
Okay.
Don't look at my screen. Don't look at my screen.
So, I will take out 2 silver pieces and be like, well, as I said, a gentleman of your renown in this area should obviously get paid for his time, especially as you are spreading a wealth of knowledge of the local politics and procedures. I would love to hear your thoughts on these things.
And he kind of puts his hand around your shoulder and shakes your hand as you give him 2 silver. And takes a look. Let me show you a few things back over here. He kind of scoots you kind of to the back area a little bit where you could see like some young people fixing something. It looks like to be fixing.
All of that statement was about to get very uncomfortable. Like
right. But it was kind of like another part of the shop where the repairs are going on. You could tell that these are not the made ones. These are we're fixing them. Well, you see,
so he drags me over to the sweatshop. Got
it. And you see what seems to be like young men, very young, not very I wouldn't be able to tell if you have the experience of woodworking, so I'm not going to give you that. I mean, but
I'm very experienced.
You could tell
with,
they're
the
trying to
that go into bars and that sort of thing. I mean,
you could tell that they are repairing like a wagon of some sort, like a covered wagon that has to be had some like torn marks on it and like that. See, this wagon had some unfortunate situations, and as you could see the inside, and when you look inside, you could see that there's blood, and you see one kid try to scrub it out. And this came from down south.
I'm looking over it. The nature of the battle damage Do I see a bunch of pock marks from arrows, crossbow bolts, that sort of thing, or is it mainly look like this thing got assaulted in melee?
It looked like it got assaulted in melee. Maybe a few crossbow bolts stuck in the side that you see one kid trying to pop.
Yeah, because I'm
Sticks
I
like
am
some
less
glue in it.
concerned if they have to get into close range than I am, if they're going to be, keeping us at a distant range and trying to fuck us up.
The unfortunate soul that had this like that, it came in very hurt, but they seem to be doing better now. Unfortunately, he lost some of his compatriots, as you would say. He's probably going to try to fix this and either head to the east or the west and probably settle down instead of heading back south.
Well, that is mighty unfortunate. I mean, of course, the road between here and Waterdeep is a major thoroughfare.
A
It
long
sounds
road
horrible.
indeed.
Sounds horrible that anyone would prey upon travelers. Do you happen to know the gentleman who I am assuming previously owned this cart? Is he
as y'all are
with
talking
the
kind of way,
depot up
he's
north?
kind of putting you back towards the front, okay? Like he's just kind of showing you and moving you back to the front.
Yeah, is he with that depot that I've heard of, the Caravaneers up north? It does sound like it'd be easier to travel in group than in our small little party.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of we haven't seen a lot. That's why my business has been a little bit on the skimp side of, especially on the repair side of things. So getting one like this gentleman himself has been a fortune indeed. So,
And I'll reach out to shake his hand. I'm certainly hoping that your business endeavors turn up, sir. I mean, you seem like a fair and honest gentleman, and I try not to chuckle when I say that. And as I said, I will check in over at the Happy Ranch. Should I mention your name, sir?
no need, no need.
Okay. Well, you have a great day. And I'll step back outside and I'll look for my artificer friend
You
and
haven't seen,
try and let
yeah.
the rain wash away some of the sleeves that seems to be clinging to me.
So as you get to the like undercroft of the front door kind of thing, Samber, you have done some of your business transaction and you seen Brady kind of walk off to the front door, and I'm not sure if you follow, but you it's been a while since he's been back. I would say at least a good 10 minutes or so.
I guess I'll go find him.
So as you walk out the same door he came in like that, you could see him in the undercroft of where the rain hasn't completely like a front door under like a porch. You see him there, and you all kind of see each other across the way, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I will go up to Samber and I'm like, have you ever dealt with somebody who just left you a little unsettled? Like, I am a professional card sharp, mind you, and in comparison, I suddenly feel as if I am a paladin of my Lady of Fortune.
You. Second,
Indeed, sir.
I do business in Waterdeep on the daily. Of course, I've met someone who left me completely and totally unsettled and fearing from a species as a whole. But who in this town was it?
The local cartmeister.
Wagonmeister.
Oh no, I use Cartmeister for a reason.
Okay.
We need a wagon.
The one that was washing the blood stains out of the used cart that he was going to sell as if it were new.
Oh. Well, that's unpleasant now, isn't it?
Indeed.
Right. So, do we actually need anything he's selling, or?
I was thinking the trip back might be easier with horses. I mean, on foot we're gonna have to slog through, but I don't know about you, but I am no far ranger, sir.
No. I kind of imagine what about me makes you think that I'm suited for a life outdoors. I don't even like being outdoors while I'm outdoors. And I tap on my armor.
Yeah, and considering that, well, I would need at least a riding horse, and I imagine to contain your present bulk, you would need something more robust. Yeah, that may be a problem. He did mention, though, that the way south, the banditry we've heard of is going and apparently is profitable. Um, the one item I saw seemed to have been assaulted in close quarters, not pinned down with arrows, which I imagine for us is good.
I rather they come at us than try and get us with arrows from far away. Uh, you know what? You're right. We should probably get wagon. Let's round everyone up. Make sure we've got absolutely everything else done we need to do in this town, and then when we're on our way, then We'll go and talk to yon Cartmeister bastard, and I'll take a look at his wares and see what we can get done. Whether or not any of it's worth having.
I imagine it'll make at least one trip south, and at max one trip south.
Woof. Wait, he's only got the one.
Oh no, they're just in that bad of repair.
We'll just get the best of the bad lot, and then I'll actually fix the damn thing.
Well, then, yeah. He did mention he does not sell horses, so we'd have to make an extra stop anyway. Unless we're just gonna strap iron into it, which I'm not actually opposed to, but it seems a little unfair.
Does feel a bit rude, eh? A wee bit, mind you. A bit.
Not logistically unsound, just unfair.
Perhaps we could convince him it's some sort of new exercise regimen.
I'll let you do the convincing on that one.
I was waiting for that.
So y'all head back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorsha and Einen, as you guys are, I guess, Sorsha's probably reading her prayer book in, actual peace and quiet for once in a long time. Einen's doing minor repairs on anything that needs to kind of be repaired. They come, you see that Brady and Samber come strolling back into the tavern. Tavern at this point in time, most of the morning crowd has already gone, so it's kind of the not many people at all. So there's no food really out. There's no there's maybe one working girl talking with the proprietor.
Okay. It's what time? What time of the day is it?
9:36. Morning.
9:36 or morning. Okay. So breakfast has already been had.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming you're just letting me sit in the common room and work on armors and stuff.
Yeah.
Repairing and cleaning.
She
and
doesn't
whatever
mind.
needs to be
You're,
done.
you know, it's not like you're really bothering anybody. If she had any problems, she'd tell you. She understands what you're doing. Let me put it that way. And you're not taking a lot of space. It's mostly, you know, you're by the, because it is still kind of raining and things like that.
Yeah, I imagine it's more the work of a tinker than a full-on blacksmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily for you, you've got both.
So you come strolling into the tavern. You see what you see. Your eyes graze across the entirety of the tavern. Ah, love, no, adventure.
You know, I'm as a professional of a profession that spends a lot of time at taverns. I mean, I am, you know, appreciative of the pros and cons of this one.
So, what is it? What, you come to gather the rest of the party? I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, sit down, let them know, you know, what we've run across, and then see what they have to say about where we should be headed.
Sorcha, any thoughts, ideas?
No, not particularly.
Okay. Einen?
I'm waiting for them to tell me what's going on.
Was everybody? Well, no, everybody was kind
Look,
of.
I know everybody I was here, but they were out there. James found some stuff out. And while I heard the whole conversation, I'd like to see if they're going to try to explain to me the new exercise regimen they want to put me through.
So Brady talks about getting a cart or a wagon. Brady?
I'm not bringing up the exercise regimen. I'm just saying that now.
Yeah, I mean, some jokes are funny, but don't need to actually be
Okay.
fun all the way.
So what have we got? What are we doing? I'm trying to make sure all our stuff is ready to go.
I mean,
Well,
we
still-
know we knew that there was banditry to the south. Hell, I mean that's part of why we stopped here. But whoever's down there, they've got a stranglehold on this town. Like nobody wants to talk about it. Like I imagine they're not exactly courageous on the best of days, but at the same time, I expect somebody with loose lips.
Right. So what are we doing? We going to beat bash some skulls in? You know, I'm good at that. Kind of.
Well, and there is a place we can get horses. So the idea that we should maybe get some horses so that we're a little faster headed south than we were coming up north, because we no longer have access to you know, the miner and his cart.
Right. I've
Or,
got the
you
money
know,
for it.
I'd rather not spend it, but I'd also rather not walk back in 5 feet of mud.
I mean, you could just get horses instead.
Do we have anyone amongst us who is familiar with the use of horses and or carts?
I don't remember if I don't think I have animal handling.
Yeah, because I am
No,
I am
No.
used
survival
to
at best.
buying, a ticket and having someone else deal with that.
Just so y'all know, you don't have to have animal handling to ride a horse. You can have some. Okay, I've ridden a horse before. If the horse the whole point of animal handling is mostly for things like my horse gets spooked or like that, so it doesn't run off. I use animal handling.
Yeah, but I'd also rather not, my horse gets spooked because I know I'm headed into combat. Oh, how do you spend the first round? On my ass.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing to it.
So yeah, I mean, a horse and cart, sure the horse might still lose it, but it
Then you have a runaway
is
cart.
A more stable platform at least. Hopefully. Unfortunately, I've met the local purveyor of carts, and he is, to put it mildly, a shitbag.
Mm. Are they gonna be a decent cart?
I am certain that
We're
he
gonna have
will
to
use
fix
the
it?
word decent somewhere in his sales.
Mm.
But are they worth it? I'll let our professional merchant actually figure that out.
Gotcha.
I was not impressed.
As
Yeah.
I said earlier, we should deal with everything else we need from this town first.
I mean, as far as need goes, I mean, I think we've done our shopping, and
I think we're done with that.
other than maybe getting a heads up on what's south of us on the way, I don't know that there was anything specific in this town. And if, by the way, if there was, please remind me, because that my memory sucks.
There's not much. I mean, you could see the town pretty much in its own way. From what you guys did see like that, there is a central square area. It has a building. Um, you know, it has the Lord Protector's, symbol on it. That'd be probably the best place like that. There was a 2 fields to the north and one to the west. There seemed to be another I would say like a guild house in a way.
I mean, if it's a guild house, they'll have symbology for what they do. Is it a merchant guild, a weavers, bakers?
Yeah. There was a stables a little bit to the north, and there was the wagon place that you just went to the south of the center, and then to the southwest was a ranch, like a horse ranch. Most of it's, other than that, is because y'all came straight through town, so it's this one. Yeah, like a rooming house, a broken down house, and then like a few closed businesses too. Like there was one to the north of the caravan when it was closed. I'm just saying, I'm trying to do it as if you were walking through town in a way from where y'all did go from. I mean, you saw other houses to the north and things like that, but you're not really sure of them. And then, of course, since it was around you, there was like several farmsteads, and there's an apothecary across the street from where you're at too.
But as far as quest wise, bounty wise, that sort of thing,
Not
I don't
much.
remember. I don't
This
remember
one-
anything that specifically tied us into this town.
No, nothing. This is not the town you're supposed to be in. This was a stop. If nothing else, a little bit of information and restock. Nothing pertaining to, except for the information you're given, nothing that's affecting this town. Except for the banditry from the south. Comments, questions, concerns? Thoughts?
As much as I am,
Sounds like we're done. Let's get out of here.
much as I am loath to hand money over to the local cartmaster, buying a horse and a cart is probably cheaper than buying 4 horses and tack for said horses.
That's true.
Unless very specifically one of us has, some native skill with riding.
I am pleased to have a cart so that I don't have to get my hemline dirty.
I figured if for nothing else, we'd have to buy, Sorsha one of the side saddles. I don't know if you have the shorts or skorts. Is it skorts?
You ever tried to ride a horse side saddle? But
I
that's
have.
Oh, yeah.
And they have
I imagine
special
figuring out how to get the
saddles.
stirrups all fixed up is a nightmare.
hitch them up in an unladylike fashion.
So yeah, I mean, I guess head over to Happy Ranch. Hopefully we won't get there and find out that's ironic.
Okay.
It's not like a bunny ranch. I mean,
As you kind of step out of the inn, the rain has come down to what is like more of a sprinkle, and it's still cold though, but it's like a cold sprinkle, not a warm. And it seems to be the rain has subsided from its torrential downpouring. Okay. So this would be go here.
is that the cart guy?
No, okay. This is the town square and local protector. This is basically, it looks like a building of, yeah. This is like a miniature fortress, fortress, because it's one of the few buildings in here that's made out of stone. Best description I have for it is also is considered Mark Square. The center of Tribar, where the long road meets the Evermore Way, is a huge open space used by the local market by local farmers and visiting peddlers. Down in this space is a two-story tower of the local protector, a simple stone keep that leans decidedly to the east. Hanging above the entrance is a dusty banner of the Lord Protector, which depicts 3 black bears running towards the head of the banner on a blood-red field. And you see what it is to be like some, town guards waiting at the door kind of thing, watching about. Since the rain has subsided, you start to see a little bit more people coming out in a bit and toiling the fields a little bit more or something like that, because can't toil the field. So you see farms and farm hands start working the fields as you're making your way across there. By the time you get to the happy ranch, the rain has subsided. You come to what is to be 3 large buildings standing on this property. A 2-story log house with a detached outhouse. A stone storehouse that seems to be, stone. And you also see what is to be a set of stone stables, which is connected to a fenced-in riding yard and a gazing field. You see several, if not a lot of horses here. All seem to be well taken care of. In the southern area, you see what is to be a lady with a kind of like a long-handed whip and a connected to like a rein of some sort. Snapping the whip kind of behind the horse, running it in circles.
Okay.
That'd be kind of to the south over here.
Keep well out of the striking distance of the whip. That's not my kind of good time.
Who is trying to gather this lady's attention?
Do they look like they have like donkeys or mules? Because if we're going with a cart, we don't need like a fancy riding horse.
Well, you don't see anything per se that says mules or donkeys. It's pretty much straight up horses here. Different types of horses. Some look larger than larger. Some look a little bit smaller. Some look like well bred. All look very well taken care of. It is a female of Corinthian descent that is working this family. She's not young, but not very, very old. I would say late 30s. And she's still working the horses. Who's kind of approaching?
I'm not a salesman, but I'm standing there, which means she ain't missing me.
Yeah, I imagine this would be more on Samber than the rest of us.
Yeah, I'm going.
Only stand close enough to help out if I need to.
Sounds like he's eager.
Thorsha and Sandberg go walking over.
Okay. The other two wait at the kind of gate to watch one, and she's still working horse and has this kind of more faces towards you a little bit in a way, and you hear Clank says, "Don't get too close. He's still a little bit skittish." He's like, "How can I help you guys?"
Stay well back. Hey, well, you may be a bit skittish, but it's quite the animal.
It's not I, it's the animal that's skittish. Still training him, still young.
Hey, so my companions and I are headed south back to Waterdeep, and we're looking for a horse that might be able to drag one of the things what passes for a cart down in town, down south. I'd rather not subject one of your finer horses to such ignominy. So if you've got a draft horse or something like, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, and as she kind of finishes like one more lap with the horse like that, and brings the horse a little bit closer and pulls out like a piece of apple from the eat like that. And I'm not the person that sells the horses as much, but I can direct you to the person that I sell my horses to in town. This is just my ranch. Don't usually personally sell my horses. I usually sell some of my offspring. And they are all of fine bred.
Oh, I'm certain they are, of course. But if you've a specific broker you use, I'd be more than happy to speak to them instead. If that's what you'd prefer.
I would. Um, head to the Carton Corn north of the caravan right above here, caravan grounds. They should be able to help you. I sell a lot of my fine steeds to them. Already gelded and ready to roll. Nothing fresh like off this ranch. Is there anything else I can help you with? And she starts kind of walking away in a way. I don't know if you follow.
I mean, she said, go talk to this other person because I don't do the thing you're looking for. He does that thing for me. And then she started walking away. I feel as though that was a pretty clear dismissal.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was his name?
Looking for the cart and the coin. North of here. Proprietor is a married couple, the Widens.
And who should I tell him sent me?
Janelle. He'll know who you're talking about.
Thank you. And good luck with the young lad there.
Which shouldn't be a problem. Thank you.
Turn around and go back to the group, and if they didn't hear, tell them what she said, and then we're gonna head off north.
Yeah. Go to where we can do the thing. While continuing to cuss said cartmeister who misinformed us about where to go.
So, you head to you go start walking through what is the West Caravan Campgrounds. You see it was to be like a well in the center of it. A 30-foot deep, stone deep well in the middle of the yard. It's got fresh water for guests, but there doesn't seem to be very many guests right now. In fact, you might see like one or two carts that are getting ready for their path onward.
I'm just carrying the gear.
In the rear with the gear.
So you come to, and it's a three-place house. It seems to be carrying, a place where multiple stables. There's about 4 young children, about a half a dozen workers running around, feeding, exercising some of the animals, cleaning stables, replacing, a person replacing horseshoes like that. And you see pretty much a sign with a cart and a cart with a coin underneath it.
Looks to be it then.
Yep. As you go through the door, you hear a ding, 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 ding. You see a gentleman, decently young, not too young.
I'll be right back. Use the restroom.
Hey, welcome.
Laundry.
I am Mr. Whitens of the Cart and the Coin. How can we help you fine day adventurers?
I look down at myself like, wait a minute, what? Why is he calling me an adventurer?
I've seen many people come through, lad. You look like somebody who's seen a cave or two.
I scowl.
I'm sorry if I offend the lady.
Just been in far more caves than I actually wanted to ever be in.
Trust me, it's not you that's the problem.
Don't worry, lass. Me and my wife Serene here will help you just fine. Like I said, welcome to the Carta Coin. We sell horses, draft animals, feed even horseshoes and gear.
I think we might actually be in need of damn near everything you just said.
Aye, really? So, you see him pull up like a wooden stick with lead in the front of it, and a piece of paper, like a stack of like paper kind of together. So what can we get for you?
Well, we're headed south, back home to Waterdeep, and we were on a caravan, but that caravan's reached the end of its course. So now we're looking to purchase our own, which means cart, horse, feed, etc.
Okay, when you start explaining you're going south, you can see his face kind of goes from the smiling jovial like that to a little bit of a holding back a little bit, you know. Those are treacherous waters you plan on crossing.
Give him a great big glowing smile.
I see. Ventures you are. Ventures you seek.
Don't worry. When we're done, they won't be treacherous anymore.
So, what can I hit you? You said you need a little bit of everything?
Unfortunately, our last traveling companions are their journey is done. So
You want me to set you up with 1, 2, 3, 4 riding horses? Or are you looking for something a little bit more different?
well, seeing as how I'm reasonably certain this skirt here the young lady's wearing is not divided, was planning on getting a cart instead, on a single horse.
You want a cart or do you want a covered wagon?
Wagon.
I think I can help you out.
I knew that was the case.
So,
This skin needs to be protected from the sun.
right so, my lady, right so. So, I will admit, wagon by itself, without a cover, standard would be like, 40 gold. For 50 gold, you can get it covered. Now, would you like to look at your wagon before purchase?
Of course. And does that price include the draft horse to pull it?
Unfortunately, sir, it does not. But don't worry, what I'm selling you, sir, will be fine for a one-horse-driven wagon. And the poundage will include it, and it can carry a good amount. No need for your large friend here have to worry about being with you on that wagon.
I'm desperately trying to hold inside the urge to be like, did you hear? He just called you fat.
It is.
I just had the exact same reaction.
and he's in the bathroom, so I'll
Yeah.
leave this on.
As he's taking care of his, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. We'll just put it that way. He went to the outhouse. He leads you straight away to a back area. You see what is to be one nice, not average, but slightly above average, covered wagon. Set for one horse. Should fit all four of you just fine. Maybe even two more.
First off, that's a simple question as space. Is that true?
I'll be honest, no, it does. It just doesn't give me that much more than that, okay? It's a vehicle of circumstances. And actually, when driving, as if you're proficiency of a certain kind of vehicle, land, or like that, you gain your proficiency bonus to handle check, make control. But other than that, you just get okay, I'm going to handle animal rolls. Whoever got the best wisdom is going to go. Now,
Oh, so probably our farrier is actually also our cleric.
Now, have you ever had a horse-drawn wagon before?
I
Have you ever driven one, is my question.
That's an entirely different question, sir.
Yeah, that's the question that was represented. That would be nay. Well, I'll show you the basics. You should be fine off. That, no charge for at all. So, would you like to see a sample of our draft horses? Anything particular? We have some of the best horses in this area, straight out from the Happy Ranch that you've seen before, if you come from the south.
In fact, the master horse at that ranch sent us to you specifically. I do not remember her name, but Samber does.
Yeah. Oh, she is a fine young lady. Prefers horses over people mostly. But Janelle is a
We
very
noticed
kindly lady. Her sons work for the guard, by the way.
So she did sell off her children.
She did sell off her children? What?
They're in the guard. They work for the local guard.
Jeevish. All right.
Like, it's a town of where everybody knows everybody kind of thing. Kinda.
She's the fuzz, man.
She don't work for the guard. She works for their horses. She breeds and sells horses. She has one of the largest pieces of land here. So,
well, I may not be able to. This is out of character, obviously. I may not be able to drive a wagon, but I certainly know the difference between a decent draft horse and a nag.
yeah, you can definitely tell these are well-bred horses. So, how about this? I do have a horse here that's come back from a trip, has some experience, so should give you I know everybody wants a brand spanking new horse like that, and sorry, if you know the truth, not all horses are new. It's good to have a horse with experience on the road and that nature, because it helps people who are new to driving a cart or wagon understand what's kind of going on. I do have a horse here of that stature and nature. that's been resold to me, but I can let it go for you about 50 gold. And on top
What
of
can you tell me about the previous owner?
previous owner, previous owner is just retired. He took it on as a late in his life for traveling, and that was it. No harm has come to him. He's actually selling it in the Yatar. He just sold it before he came here, because this is where he bought it, and he figured it would be the best place to sell it back to. You know. Just for you know, for it does say in the carton coin, this is how it sells and swap horses and draft animals.
Alright, well, I mean, I know what a busted ass horse looks like. I'm not like some incredible judge of horse flesh or whatever. So, as long as the horse doesn't look like ass, I'm pretty sure we're down.
Okay. Let me see.
So how much was the total?
Total? Let me get that in for you. Because I would normally be writing this down, but I have not been writing it down on. Because I've been trying to find the stuff as it goes, at least in equipment stuff. Total is so far 100 gold. And for tackle and at least a week's worth of feed, total would be 120 gold total altogether. Hold on, let me double check for tackle, just in case. But he is trying to give you a week's worth of feed too. You probably don't have a thing in here for that.
Wouldn't the tackle be part of the wagon?
Yeah, probably so.
Tackle, like, as a separate object, would be like a saddle and a bridle. We don't need a saddle for a draft horse.
Okay, so the wagon, 50 gold. The horse, 50 gold. 100 gold, and week's worth of feed, and the king and the deeps the water deeps tax comes out to 105 gold. Let me double check the feed. That's the only thing I need to check.
This town pays taxes to Waterdeep? What?
I believe it's part of the. I do believe it's part of the Waterdeep, dude. Believe it or not, it's part of the Waterdavian area.
I guess I thought we were further away than that. All right.
You are. Don't get me wrong. You're further away, but you haven't left. Well, I could just say the Lord's tax, which would be, like that. But yeah, he gave you a week's worth with 70 pounds of feed. I just said the Lord's tax.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's not say Waterdeep, because it probably is far north. It's not. It is the Tribor. What the Lord's tax means is that they pay a little bit to the Lord Protector. The Lord Protector pays his guards. Guards try to do their best to protect the town. Hey, that's how the system works, right?
Like a deeply militant HOA.
So
So a standard HOA.
Yeah.
I don't have an HOA. I don't have a.
Be ever so thankful.
Ours
Hell, I
kind
got an
of disappeared.
apartment, and I know that.
Ours
What, somebody
disappeared.
knocked them off?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. The first year we paid it and we were like, whatever. And then after that, never asked for it again. They never asked for anything ever again. So, yeah, whatever. Nothing breathing down my neck about anything. So does that sound like a good deal for you? Yes.
Doesn't sound like a bad deal to me, but
I mean, I think that's a reasonable deal. Does my background help at all in knowing whether or not I'm getting ripped off right now?
This seems fair. You're a noble. While a noble house of a merchant house, you don't always deal with the blame.
Right. I just want to make sure I'm not getting ripped off. Like,
No.
Is this in the right range? That's all I'm worried
Yes.
about.
It's about in the same right range. Fine horse, decent cart, covered. I mean, comes with tack, got feed, and taxes are paid with it all together. Sounds fine with me. It sounds fine to you.
Okay. Based on sort of the average expected travel of a wagon, which should be a fairly standard rate, how far are we from Waterdeep in terms of days of travel? Is there any way to know?
You're decently far. Let's see. I can kind of look a little bit.
while you look, I am going to refill my drink and empty my bladder.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Wrong one. You are like 237 miles away from Waterdeep in a straightaway. That is going to, and the average even travel time, which the average travel time is 24 miles a day. Probably with the horse, even with the horse like that, because you gotta give the horse rest too. You know, he's carrying all the load.
Right, so reasonably 2 weeks. I mean, to account for like deviations in the road and whatever.
$9 days, almost 2 weeks.
All right, then, I have no frame of reference for how big a week's worth of feed for a single horse is. If we get 2 weeks worth of feed, is that going to keep us from all being able to fit in the wagon, or like,
No,
I don't know how big it is. Like,
no, but you do. From your knowledge of, I'll just say from your knowledge, you know there are more towns between here and there too. because you still
So
haven't.
it's not unreasonable that we'll be able to buy more feed
Yeah,
on the way. Okay.
yeah.
Then yeah, I think we're golden.
A week's worth of feed will, okay, that's half the time it would take me back to Waterdeep. That's more than enough. There's at least one stop, at least if not one, if more stops on the way. As major cities go, there's at least one other major city before you hit Waterdeep. And if not,
All right, and we should be golden then. All right.
yeah. All right. Mark it off. Party treasure, 105 gold. You want me to do it, or you got it?
I got it.
Back.
And you now have a wagon.
Yay!
Here, boom. Let's make this into slightly larger. I just use y'all's emblem as the wagon for now, till I get another one, which I had.
I put the covered wagon draft horse 1 week feed, and I marked off 105 gold out of party treasure. So that's where it is.
Okay. That sounds like a wonderful place to be in, but you should probably do it above the bag of holding, so it's not represented in the bag of holding.
I mean, I assume that
Yeah.
we can realize.
This doesn't fit in the bag.
What happened? We put the feed in the bag of holding and then put the bag of holding over the horse's mouth. And then we heard neighing out of the bag. That's not good.
Oh. I'm seeing something here. Did you ever send that message, a message back to the priestess about that information?
Yeah, we used the what was the little charm that flies back?
Oh, the note. Yeah. All right. Then that information is considered done.
I mean, we have not gone back to check in with her, but I didn't think that was actually necessary.
Yeah. It'll take it some time, but all right. Anything else you guys wish to do before you leave? If you leave town or pick up food and provisions.
Well, I mean,
Just grab food and stuff.
yeah, I know I picked up some provisions when I was picking up the cloak and the tent.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't pick up a huge stock of them, but we're how far out from Waterdeep?
237 miles by horse.
So that's 10 days?
Yeah, almost 10 days.
And that's by cart with 10 days.
And that's with another town in between here and there, so.
At least 2 towns. So, if you are heading south, I would definitely tell you to stick to the road. If you follow the road to the south, you're trying to head back to the deep, you should hit Westbridge. That will be the next town over, and past that will be the town of Redlark. And if you continue south, you'll hit Amapel. And from Amapel south beyond that, on the long road, will also be, then you'll hit Waterdeep. You'll see the city of Waterdeep. Now there are some paths off the trail, off the like that, because like if you go east of Westbridge, there's a magnificent sight to be seen if you're interested. It's called the Stone Bridge, large dwarven, huge thing. I've only seen it once in my life. I've been meaning to go back and see it. Very nice to see in that way. Right before you hit the town of Bellard. But it's a bit off, so I'm not sure if you're in a rush.
Hey, Eric, I
Yeah?
thought I bought some, but I don't actually have them annotated on my sheet, so I'm going to go ahead and drop 5 gold. That gets me another 10 rations.
Okay, I thought you had like 10 rations on you.
No, it only shows 1.
Huh. Because I know you bought more crossbow. You don't need crossbow bolts, but
Yeah, I mean, I know at that time I bought, tent, bedroll, and I thought I bought rations, but they don't show up, so.
That's unusual. Oh yeah, you did buy a bedroll and a tent. I remember that because you said you didn't have one. So, guess I'll move everybody to here. If everybody is done in the town of Tribor,
I'm done, yeah.
In all the talking back and forth, were we ever able to get a sense of, the people who are getting jumped? They're between here and Westbridge?
somewhere south. Not sure if it's Westbridge or Redlark, but he definitely mentioned to the south, be careful, stay on the road. So, it is 10:29 by that clock. It's still 6:13. We still got a little time here.
Each of these hexes is, what, 5 miles?
4. It says right at top. 1 hex, 4 miles.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I was looking across the bottom for the... Or,
I mean, you can go faster, but there's a penalty for it. I'll see here. You head south. All right. You come to what is basically grassy plains. You see slight hills to the east of you, hills and mountainous to the. Hold on. If you're facing south, to the east you see what is to be what the Sword Mountains, where you kind of came from. To the east, you see the Dessian Hills. The west, you see the Sword Mountains. You go over a bridge, and it's kind of like a bog area like that. Nothing has happened. And I previously rolled this out, so I want everybody to give me a, and I'll put this down here and do this in a second. I'm gonna do this. Give me this, please. Appearance. Let's go 2 by 2.
Cart is not big enough to mount a bazooka to.
What?
Like, the cart is not big enough to mount a bazooka.
Or ballista.
Ballista would be. Yeah, we could do a small one though.
No.
Small ballista is just a heavy
Dang,
crossbow.
no.
We could mount one of those on Einen.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute.
And hold on a sec. Actually, yeah, that worked just fine. You're traveling down the road. What is your perception checks? First, who's driving? I mean, anybody can drive. You've been kind of a little bit taught. But
Are we gonna do that in shifts, guys?
I mean, if we want to, yeah.
What's the skill check?
Animal handling.
Which I have a decent modifier for, just based on wisdom.
Yeah,
Man, it's pretty crappy. But I just did a perception check.
yeah.
And we need an active perception check.
Yeah.
Well, that was a shit
James
roll.
is driving.
Okay. So Brady is trying. I would
I
say
got a 19 passive perception. Son of a bitch.
it's okay. You're like in back of the wagon anyway, and you're probably talking so yeah, fixing something or something like that. Sorsha's still got a decent one, but she's mostly watching for things behind her because it's a covered cart. A little bit of
Who's driving?
looks like Brady's driving at this point in time. Brady's talking about, you know, a few. I don't know what Brady would like to talk about gambling wise, but it's talking with Einen at the time, up front. I guess you'd say in the cart, or Einen's doing vice versa. He's talking about metalsmithing or something like that. Conversation.
I mean, enough that we can, like, get along for a couple hours.
We can get along forever. Just don't take my money.
See, and that's the thing. Everybody thinks of it as taking their money. They
I'm
don't
not
think of it as
playing cards with
paying.
you.
They don't think of it as paying for both a lesson in how the game should be run and for an enjoyable time spent, you know, relaxing. People just think about it wrong.
Actually, I could probably get James talk for hours and ignore
So-
half of it and tell him all the intricacies of gambling.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk
Hard.
about card games, he will go at length.
That's what I figured.
So, as he's starting to go in,
also games of chance in dice and various tile-based games, but less the more strategic stuff.
Einen, as he's talking, and you kind of give a moment to look away like that, and you kind of scanning the area, kind of like trying to find something a little bit to less focus on, I guess you could say. You see what is to be a gentleman, looks like near the rocks to the south of you, looked like poked his head out for a moment, and kind of you could see the last movements of his backing up quickly.
Okay. It's kind of tell him to slow down a little bit, and then there's a
Drive casual. We're talking.
drive casual. And then I'm gonna assume that my mall is probably sitting somewhere close. I'm going to get out of the wagon and walk next to it.
Okay.
Mall out. And kind of knock on the side and ask if anybody has any of that wine left. Trying to not let them know that I know they're there. Getting tired, just need a little bit of wine to keep me going, lest we run into something and I'm not ready. And get that kind of fun grin. I might actually get that somebody just hit me and grin moment. You know, that I took the I took the menacing attack skill, you know. And then actually I asked James, so what are the odds of somebody, what are the odds that somebody's going to try to do something to us on the road? Is it like 20 to 1, 10 to 1, 5 to 1?
I will start doing a mathematical analysis and breakdown of the various odds of, someone coming at us on the road, forecasting based off of, previous data and the nature of the area around us.
And whatever he says for a bet, I'll take it, but I'll be betting that somebody will.
So
immediately.
And I'll be making sure that the crossbow that's sitting next to me, is in a position that I can grab it fairly quickly.
Sorsha, at this time, you realize some of your Einen has jumped out of the wagon, and the wagon has slowed down. I'll even give Samber this one. The wagon has some reason slowed down for no apparent reason during your tinkering. And
Einen has jumped out of the wagon
with hammer in hand.
Slowed down. That's unnatural. It should be faster.
Sorsha and Brady, like I said, this is unusual for Einen to get out of the wagon. I mean, it's only one day of travel, but still, this is a little bit unusual. I'm going to move 1, 2, because you are moving slower, so you're in half.
Yeah, half speed's good.
Okay. At this time, you do see a joint going, "Hey, oi! How you doing?"
I'm just going to start laughing. Sorry.
Sorsha says, and I quote, "Shoot first, no talking."
God damn.
Okay. Only one target can be
She's
seen right
kidding.
now.
I don't think she's kidding.
I don't think she's kidding.
Yes, I am. Oh my god.
Okay.
She's not the bloodthirsty one in our group.
Shoot first.
I
ask
just
question.
start laughing. How are you doing?
Fine.
My pizza's late.
Brady, do you stop the card at this time?
15 feet out. Okay. So I may not be a strategic mastermind, but I can, see that there's a blind spot. So what I'll do is kind of turn the horses to go around him.
You can turn the
Which
horse.
should, yeah.
Run into
so
Einen?
I'm going. Well, I'm assuming that Einen's capable of moving, and then start moving it in that kind of more westerly direction to go around him.
Okay.
Can I get a description of that dude?
Seems like the gentleman has a. Hold on. Looks like he has a light crossbow, crossbow sitting on his shoulder, scimitar on his belt. Kind of like looking at you guys a little like that and said, "Hey, where do you think you're going?"
What was the name of our tavern?
I don't think you'll keep
Joking when I say this. Down the road, you fool!
Einen, which way do you move to get out of Brady's way?
Oh, James is moving into me, right?
Yeah, which way do you go? North?
I'm
South?
just gonna take. No, I'm gonna keep going south.
Control
right
your
towards the
character.
guy.
You're not in...
You might want to move, or the guy with the horse is gonna run you over. And then if I get the chance, I'm taking that step to this way.
See,
Okay.
and that's about where I want it, because now we're back to our classic formation. Einen's in front of me, and I'm in crossbow range.
Well, see,
You were in crossbow range back there.
there's a slight issue with the road here.
You're in the way.
Hey, there's an arsehole in it.
Another gentleman kind of steps forward. Einen, you do see a gentleman step back. But
Just
and
I
he starts
look at
he
the
starts
guy and
leveling he starts leveling a crossbow bolt at you.
I just look at him and go, "You really want to do this?"
Which one does it?
I want to think.
The one in the
Eric's
back.
Hovered over. Oh, in the
Over
back.
Yeah, in the back.
I pick up the crossbow and point it at him. Like, you really don't want to do that.
There's a problem here, sir. Oh, hey, Jim. Lower it down, son, man. They ain't even heard our issues.
What's your issues?
See, this here's the Lord's Road. Lord's Road has taxes. Gotta keep it up and safe for people,
So
Scoot
apparently-
forward so that I'm standing next to Brady, looking over his shoulder. Hi, my name's Somber Langolin, Ildurathil, the Waterdavian Langolins. The Lord you're talking about? I'm one of them. Get the fuck out of my way before I kill you fucking all.
Apparently, the issues he's talking about is a fact. Is being somewhat uneducated
Okay, wait.
and slightly, well,
Let
unattractive.
me guess. If we don't pay the taxes, you're going to take it out of our hides or try to kill us. So which option is it going to be? You're going to get out of the way, go back around your rocks and let us pass? Or I'm going to crush your spine? What's your option? Including the guy with the crossbow.
I don't know about that. And he steps
Did it-
back.
no. Did he
I know,
take
no.
a
Yep.
step? No.
I know. Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
I'm going to swing.
Hold on. I know. That's exactly what I was going to tell you to do. He takes a step back. You are welcome to swing if you want to. And before that, let's go ahead and put, not this, but
I didn't even get to roll. The hell? it's not started yet, so I'll have to roll initiative in a minute.
Yep.
Now, am I gonna get that straight swing at this guy, or what? When he tries to step back.
I mean, it should be a reaction, so it shouldn't matter that it's whatever initiative you roll. You still,
Yeah,
you know.
it's basically a surprise on. You're doing a surprise on him, so
Okay.
you'll be able to like. It's a reaction. He's stepping out of your. That. Let's go and roll. Not roll all. I want to roll.
They start shit. I'm casting Shatter.
All right. PCs roll.
So
Ooh! I'll take those rolls.
I will
It's
tell you who
initiative.
acts and who's not. Yeah, it's initiative. So Einan has the surprise because
Okay.
he did say he was keeping it a surprise. And you're going first anyway.
Right. Well, the surprise action before we actually, when he steps back, that's our reaction.
Yeah,
And I'm still going to get my combat actions, correct?
yeah. So
Okay, good. Let's see if I can hit this little bastard.
probably so.
That was not great.
No, it wasn't.
So
Wait,
you
Why is
swung.
it only coming up with 7, Eric?
Did you do great weapon fighting? Yeah. You.
Oh,
you
whoops. Okay, I rolled the wrong one then. Okay, I'm trying to understand what the GWF was for.
great weapon
Let me
fighting. That's a
re-roll.
-5
Yeah.
to do more
oh,
damage.
that's the one that has the -5.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that at all.
Oh no, that's
And
where you
then
get the
here's-
additional damage, though. Yeah.
Yeah, wait. Then I'm throwing down a menacing attack.
This is just reaction. Hold on. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack. Okay, yeah.
Now it won't let me roll. Why wouldn't it let me roll? Let me roll. Nope, still won't let me roll.
Add
that.
your-
What is D8s?
Add your roll your superiority die.
Yeah, the superiority die are D8s, right? There we go.
You should have.
Yeah, I got it. It's 5 more. So 19 points of damage, I think, if I read that right.
It's just called. Yours is combat superiority. You just hit that, and it should roll it for you.
I got it good. Okay, yeah, that's where I got the 5. That's why he took 19, and the DC save at this point
It's 14.
is Wisdom is 19. Total dice.
No,
8
it's
plus my proficiency bonus plus my strength modifier. So yes, you're correct. 14. I apologize.
see.
Otherwise, he's now terrified until the end of the next turn.
Okay. Why did it say private GM? That's still public. I will announce it. I have no problem. You rolled a 3, and
Good God.
Yes, now he runs.
he is frightened. Okay.
And at this, after
Frightened
I
does
hit him,
not always mean.
I
Okay,
warned you.
Frightened.
Yeah, I think frightened means that he can't actively move closer to Einan. It doesn't
No.
necessarily imply that he, just runs. Although
Yeah.
I may be wrong.
The frightened condition makes where you cannot get close to combat. Let me get that. Not that. Give me this.
And that was supposed to be a
disadvantage
wisdom
on
save.
ability checks and attack rolls, and can't willingly move closer to the source.
Yep. Has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Have a nice day, motherfucker.
So you
You
step
guys,
back
I did
to.
find another Battle Master ability that would let me do shit.
Okay.
Now James can shoot his ass to his heart's
James was the
content.
other one that was ready. Well, no, that was the reaction. That was that.
Now for my normal action.
He was no. I have one action, one reaction that was happening. Basically, it was to you. And that was
Or
it.
is he gonna shoot me? Oh, poor
Yeah.
guy.
I think he's gonna
Guess
shoot
he's
you.
gonna miss.
No, other guys. Another guy. The other guy who already had a crossbow ready.
Yeah, that's
What?
the guy back here that you're poking at.
No, this right here.
Yeah, your hired thing is over it.
Okay.
My
Why is it not?
ooh,
That hits.
my AC.
Yeah. Why is it
That
not
is
doing the
right on the
damage? I don't know
dot.
why.
I don't know. So it's 1d8 plus 1.
That work? No, it didn't even roll.
No.
Still didn't roll. Fucking shit.
Just roll a 1d8 down on the bottom and
Yeah, plus
move
1.
on. You'll fix it later.
I'll fix it later. I thought it worked. I'll just do this. And 3 points of damage. Wow. You already did that. All right.
Yeah.
Einen.
Hey, why'd that come up again? I didn't click on it. Okay, so the guy that's right next to me, kitty corner, I can swing at him too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
These guys are wearing like leather armor, sorely
Hold on, you
torn.
read something. Gentlemen, 2 added to the roll. Okay, let's just hit him. I'm swinging.
Something will hit.
What's this one do? Oh, okay.
You full out brutally swing right back at him, and he takes the hit, not down, but he's definitely thinking twice.
Go. Okay. Then
You got
I
another
should
attack.
have another attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting there going, wait, I have 2 of those now.
Yeah.
Plus, if I really want to, I can get a 3rd, and I have to work hard at it. But here, we'll just maul him again.
Not really.
Wait a
Thought
minute.
about it,
Wait.
You can't. Oh, you should have moved before you attacked. Yeah, if you want the second attack, you got to attack for him where you're at.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's make sure I hit him again. There's a 13 hit.
Yes.
Okay. So I have hit him, and he is going to move 5 feet diagonally from me.
You mean his body's going to move 5?
Yeah, his body's going to move 5 feet, land in front of that guy in front of him, and go splat.
Yeah. 5 feet from you.
So there you
Why
go.
are you playing the Aztec version of golf?
Did your character actually ask that out loud? Because it can.
Do you want to move? You still have a move action.
I do. Let's get 5, 10, 15, 20. Hi, Mr. Crossbow Guy. He's got friends. That's all I'm going to say when I get around the corner.
God damn it. I hate that. That's the only thing I dislike. It's not. You're still in there, though. He's got friends, and they all look like they're in better armor, and looks like clubs with knobs on them.
Yeah, okay.
Excuse me. Yeah, clubs with spike knobs on them. Even their armor's a little bit on the stony side of things.
Pretty much just moved into range. Great. That's okay. Huh.
Brady.
Seeing as I haven't moved, and at
Nope.
the moment,
You have
I mean,
your crossbow
if I don't
drawn.
have if I don't have line of sight on them, they don't have line of sight on me. I'm gonna go with steady aim for my bonus action, and then light up the guy directly in front of Einen.
Go for it.
Okay, yeah, something's broken in the automation because it's not letting me click on the die to actually attack with it.
Click on the name, or yeah, the die. Wow. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah.
If you go to the item, open it, the attack button does actually work.
That's weird. Did they change something that I didn't know?
Okay, now roll your damage.
Anything with a large scale automation, make it more complex, and you will also make it break more often.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming a 20 or 24 hits.
Oh yeah. Why that? So it just hit damage, I guess. The damage button. Yeah. And add your sneak attack because it's next to.
Huh. I used to have a button set aside for sneak attack. Found it. So yeah, 20 points.
Dude, that's just ugly.
Yeah, your crossbow bolt strikes into him and lays him out without second. Bandits are weak.
He shot at my buddy, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a shitty and weak shot, but he still pulled the trigger.
So this thing this thing in actual armor, not like these guys, comes walking up to you. Flam! And then it comes with a backswing. Flam!
Really? Well, that's gonna hurt. I gotta click myself here. Hang on.
You want to do the damage? Okay.
I'm doing it. There. Ow! And he actually hit me, so I'm kind of annoyed.
So, Brady, all of a sudden this other one, clunk, clunk, and you just scoot out of the way just barely as it hits the seat that you were sitting in.
You're awful big.
I don't think those hit. I think you have yeah, you have higher AC. So this spiked club comes down towards you, Einan. After being hit by one of those things, you're like, fuck you!
Did he miss? Yes, he missed.
Yeah, he missed.
Oh, he missed. Guess what?
You want to do it? Yeah, all right. Yep.
Yeah, do the riposte, big dog. Here we go. Let's see if I can hit him. And it's the one that's got the purple one around him, right?
Yep. I went ahead and went back to it.
Good.
That definitely hits.
Holy shit. Yes, it does. Wait, that's a lot of crappy ones in there that should be up higher. That's okay.
It re-rolled them.
Combat die. I got a whole 2.
What you?
So wait, I only got 9 out of that? That doesn't seem right. 5, if it... Okay. I guess it might be right. So that's an 11. Or riposte. And I'm going to use the Crusher ability to push him over the corpse of the guy in to his right there. Maybe I can get him to fall. Or is that once per turn? I'm sorry, wait a minute. It is a once per turn. I apologize, I cannot.
Okay.
So never mind.
But you still take 11 points of damage, though.
Yes, he does. And he should be going, oh, fuck. Like I am.
Your hammer hits down on this plated armor. You can see that there's a huge dent into it.
It should be.
It kind of looks, and you can tell by this guy's got like mustache and beard under, or at least a beard underneath. He's like spits as like he just took a hit. Like, Samber.
I wink.
You're still in the cart.
Where?
You just had Brady scoot right up against next to you a little bit as a big, huge spiked club comes slamming down where he was sitting.
All right.
If you jump out, that'll probably be a difficult terrain, so the first move will be like 10 feet.
That's 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Louis. 10.
The guy directly north of me slides 10 feet toward me.
This one right here. You. Okay. You throw the whip out. It hits. You can feel the tug, but all of a sudden you feel like a strength, unyielding strength. Stop him.
I mean,
Like
he
he's
doesn't get a
attached to
save.
the earth.
Okay. And if he has some kind of ability that keeps him from sliding, then yeah, but he doesn't get a save.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
If I revealed everything, it'd make it no fun. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
But you can feel the wrap around. You can feel it. You can feel the power of the spell pulling towards him, and it's just like this snap.
Not moving. All right.
Frightened.
Sorry.
Shoots the thing of his frightened. Hold on, I got something else. Let's see if this one works. Yeah, that one works. With disadvantage. Yeah. You feel crossbow bolt whiz by. And
Oh, he shoots at me?
yeah.
Oh, good. I just raised an eyebrow at him. Kind of. As he runs
Mosquitoes are big
further
this
away.
time of year.
Hold on. Like, fuck
embracing
you.
the suck?
He's dead. Sorsha. This
Hey, Nick, which one did
huge
you
looking
actually try to hit
dude
or
with
move?
spiked gloves trying to smack Brady Two other ones appeared out of nowhere to try to smack Aiden. One actually hit Aiden.
The one I hit is the one right next to Brady.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you moved over here. Excellent.
No, he didn't move. He didn't move him at all.
No. And then you moved over here, meaning
Yeah.
Samber.
Yeah, Samber did. Samber moved over there and then attacked, trying to pull him. You saw in the corner of your eye, you saw him fling out what looks like a leathery vine-looking thing, wrap around this person, and as he's trying to he's trying to pull it back, because it grows spikes instantaneously, like nailed spikes. That'd be the best way, like at least a piece of leather and spiked nails.
Yep.
And as he's pulling it, normally it would make him come it would come in this direction, but it just didn't like that. It just like snapped in the middle of it. That a good description of the thing you'd use instead of like a leathery vine, like a piece of leather and with spiked with nails.
I mean, it's very clearly a vine, but other than that, yes.
I was just thinking artificer,
Yeah, you're right.
like a leather whip and spikes.
Yeah, you're right.
But Sorcerer's turn.
Got it.
Kelly,
She's going to hit the one next to Brady.
melee or what spell? Okay. Make sure the cantrip's right. 2d8, yeah, that's definitely right. Worst possible rolls, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just an utter shit roll. And he made the save anyway. So it doesn't matter if the roll was shit, he made the save.
As her hand starts to glow, he sees that and just kind of like moves slightly to the left, and then gets ready for another attack. Einen. These two dudes in what looks to be almost like plate
Yeah, I
mail,
know. They're wearing
like stone plate.
Okay. So did I hit one of them? I'm trying to remember. No. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Reposted. Okay, so I'm not moving, and I'm gonna smack him. Just
Which one?
Spin them all. That
North or south?
one. South.
Okay.
The one I already hit, which is the one that moved there. Yeah, no, I reposted the north one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, south one's been hurt at all. I'm gonna hit him. So, here we go.
You swing your maul down, right? And
Yeah.
the plate just absorbs the impact.
Okay, here comes the next one. Up into the jaw.
You golf swing back up, and boom, knock is like that. Teeth are rattling.
Good, because here comes the menacing again. I have to expend the die, and if I remember correctly, it goes to the damage. There we go. The whole 11. Did one more point. But there's a menace, so it's not a strength save. It is a wisdom save.
Okay.
Per the description. Make a wisdom saving throw. Damn. He's pretty lucky. It's okay.
You know that thing spits out a tooth. I'll also give him his 1 point of damage for the.
Oh wait, and then I'm going to. I think that's all I need to use it. Do with it. Let's see.
Unless you're gonna do crushing or anything like that.
Hold on. Bonus action.
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about Crusher. I don't want him to move away from me. I'm gonna use Second Wind. I don't like being that low on hit points. 1d10 plus 6 at this point. And I rolled a 1, so I'll take 7. There. I feel better now.
Are you, your turn done?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Brady. This guy with freaking plate, stone mail, and spiky club is trying to kill you.
I noticed. I'm not happy about that fact. Okay, so I can use a bonus to disengage.
Yep. You're gonna roll in the back of the cart. You're gonna roll out of the cart. What?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and get some distance. So I'm gonna go west, basically.
So that way.
Yeah.
Okay. To get off the cart, which would be considered difficult, which would be added, so you have to take away 5, just to say 5 from your total. So I'm not sure how far you're moving.
As long as I have my crossbow with me, I can't move fast enough to get out of range. So
Yeah. Okay.
I don't see. Yeah, I know it's on here. My movement rate. I think it's 30. So if this was actually 20, then there. I moved, so I can't do steady aim. I used my bonus to move, so I can't do insightful fighting. Which means I'm going to be targeting one of the already engaged individuals. Let's do the one that is north of Einen.
Okay. He looks hurt.
Oh, I don't imagine a 9 is enough.
No. You can see that the crossbow bolt hit, but just kind of bounced off. Not a good shot.
Well, shit. Yeah, that's my action, my bonus, and my move. I'm pretty much done.
Why not? No, I'll slug it out a little bit. There we go. Well, now they can't hit for shit. The one takes a 5-foot step towards you, Einen, or at least towards the center of you two. Trying to void things, but watch. Yeah, and he takes 2 swings at you.
The one on down here.
Your split mail
south,
absorbs
right?
one of them. The other one misses. Yeah, they both miss though. They're considered both misses.
Not sure. I want to burn a riposte just yet. I got one left.
Nah, don't.
Oh, shit. Okay. Actually, yeah, they didn't hit me, so I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
This one takes the 10 to get in. Move in there. Hello, little girl.
I'm sorry, all I got is facepalm moment, but I know I can't facepalm in the middle of combat.
How about we go for a ride? He sits down and he has his club still and grabs the reins.
That motherfucker's gonna steal a
Ruffian
cart.
trying to abscond with me?
Oh, and Sorsha. I mean, but he's trying to steal a cart.
End well for
Yeah.
him.
Really not going to end well for him.
Sit back and enjoy the ride. That is his full action to take control of the cart.
Said every rapist ever.
This is going to end very,
Very bad.
very poorly for that arsehole.
Samber. Well, it seems like the Ein has more attention to the guy to the south. No,
I want to just go ahead and declare now that the moment it's my turn, I'm going to begin beating him with a mace about the head and shoulders.
Okay.
Telling you, it's not gonna
I-
end well for you.
Is it?
for him.
It's my turn though?
It's a magical mace too. Isn't it?
No, it's not my turn.
It's not your turn yet. It's the other guy's turn. It swings twice on you, Samber. Both missing.
That's funny because I'm not even looking at him.
And your attention is now redirected as to one to the north of you who has decided to steal your girlfriend.
The last and worst mistake of his existence.
I don't know. It was just thought. It was a thought.
It was a dumb thought.
All right. You understand? Your pronunciation of "I'm a lord." Well, this must be the lady.
Some
You
people,
understand? I'm gonna shit in his skull.
yeah, asshole's gonna asshole.
So with my bonus action, I teleport to there.
Where do you exactly teleport to? You have what? How far can you teleport to? Boots a winding path? Yeah. 15 feet, okay. So you are pretty much in front of the cart.
I teleport onto the horse.
Technically, you can't. Has to be unoccupied. The horse is occupying. But you can teleport to the horse and
I
try
teleport to the horse then.
I mean, you could technically jump in the cart too. You still have your movement. Mounting is movement equivalent too. So you have a choice in the matter. The horse or the cart, if you like that, or stay where you're at. You go from there.
He has a choice: the lady or the tiger.
Oh, no, he chose wrong.
All right. That guy resisted my pull already once, right?
Yes.
I think it's because he's somehow connected to the ground, which seems reasonable given that his armor is made of stone. Yeah?
Good assumption.
So I'm going to get in the cart.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit him twice.
Okay.
Ow!
Just so I can get him selected for a sec. That will definitely hit. Well, you're definitely mad. Okay.
Those both hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 25 damage he's taken. He's still up.
He's still up. He's
Spit
hurt.
in his eye. I mean, no. I teleported over there. I jumped up in the wagon. I backhand him across the face. Then I open palm slap him across the other side of the face, doing almost 20 thunder damage to his head. And then I spit in his eye. And I say, when you get to hell, tell them your friends are on their way.
Okay.
He has disadvantage to attack anyone but me. And to be fair, it's actually more like, when you get to hell, tell them your friends are coming.
Oh, no, I can't use that one. I forgot. Let's just use this one for now. Disadvantage. 15. Hit Einen, which misses. Somebody's still trying to shoot you. And it's like, 10. Do I get no more shots? Dead. Sorsha!
Well, she tried.
She tried, yes. God, the music's
Is
good
there
for
a
this
way
too.
I can give? Is there a way I can give her advantage on that roll? Cause shit.
No. You didn't use any special abilities like that. All right,
That's true.
Einen.
But he has disadvantage to hit her. That's the important thing.
Yes.
Okay, so I've hit the one to the north, what, twice now?
I don't know. That's you. Yeah, you've hit the one north twice, I believe. And one to the south a little bit too.
Well, I hit the one to the north
Okay.
again.
Well, your mace does, your maul does not find purchase.
Oh,
It would have been nice if it did.
Yeah, would have, but it wasn't under advantage. So
Yeah.
let's try it again. Still too low. Okay. Not going to surge out on this one because then I need to take a rest.
Brady.
I think yeah, he's continuing to run. So I'm gonna do the one north of Einen. And since I don't have to move unless something weird's going on over here, then I will go ahead and aim.
Who you shooting at?
The one north of Einen.
Okay. Definitely hits.
And since, Einen is in range,
Mm-hmm. Well, damn. The crossbow shoots and it hits his neck, but it hits the plate too at the same time. Does a lot of damage, but he's still up. Oh, and he's bleeding from the wound.
God damn, these are sturdy bastards.
They are. Big Einen. Once. Twice.
3 times.
I'm glad I don't get advantage for being on both sides of you. That would suck.
Okay, so
Yeah, he
that's
tries to
that
hit you.
one.
Tries to hit you twice.
I'll
Looks you in the
riposte
face. It looks you now. He goes, "Big one, aren't you? Too bad your friends are leaving you to die."
it. And just kind of laugh in his face and riposte.
And repost. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, he missed.
That definitely. Roll the repost die too.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Hang on. It's 15 points of damage.
Takes the smack.
Nope, they're leaving you here with me. I need to keep you entertained for a minute.
Okay. Oh, that should hit.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
Who hit?
wait for it. The guy at top.
Oh, okay.
What am I waiting for?
Exploding kitten.
Well,
I
hold
hit.
on. You go flying.
No, you do too. Well, no, hold on. Is that a
The reaction. Immediately after being hit, to push him up to 15 feet away.
this? I don't know
Boom.
how this would work. This is this is
Bye.
gonna. You go too. Make a opposing.
I don't have to oppose shit. That's
No.
a magical repulsion shield.
That is a pulsar shield, but his action happens as yours does. So he's pushing
What
you
is his
off.
action?
He's pushing you off the cart.
He can push and swing with his Morning Star at the same time?
You have to make an attack. I was making an attack. I have to do using the attack action.
Okay, so what you're
make a melee
saying is-
attack, shove the creature to knock it prone or push it away from you. If you're able
Does it
to,
also do damage?
no, it's not. I am giving you damage, have I? No,
I don't know.
no, you haven't taken any
All right.
damage. That's what I'm trying to
All
say.
right, so he's trying to shove me with the Morning Star.
Yeah, opposed strength check, and he gets advantage on this one. So it's good luck. You need a 22, or at least
Why does he have advantage?
it's part of his thing.
All right. Well, either way, he's ejected from the cart. No, either way, he's magically ejected.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Is there an effect that is moving him?
Yeah, my repulsion shield. So it doesn't have anything to do with him being on the ground.
Apparently not.
Nope. So when you activate your repulsion shield, it kind of knocks you away too. Well, that's what the question. That would be a good question if you think about it. If you were to activate an ability that says, I'm going to knock you away, but doesn't knock them away, would it knock you away?
Not unless your DM sucks.
Yeah, I mean, at that
No,
point,
I'm not saying that you activate the
you've
ability.
made a
Yeah.
class ability, a feature, a problem for that class, and probably not.
So
Where did they get that skill from?
I don't know. It's something to do with their faith. It's a monster thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Okay. Well, I literally
Oppose?
can't beat a 23.
Okay, so you are shoved 5 feet away from you.
So he shoves me out the side of the wagon.
He shoves you outside the wagon.
That
Eh.
was his action.
Yep, that's his action.
And his reaction.
No,
What do you
well,
think you're
What are you
doing?
doing?
moving.
No, he's not. It is a fucking action to drive a vehicle, not a move action.
That is correct.
Oh, it is? It's not a move equivalent
Yeah,
action?
it's a tool check.
I thought he was just going to slap the freaking thing and go.
Nope.
Okay.
He can't even reach the horse.
No, he reached the reins. His action was to grab the reins originally. He shoves you off as his thing for hitting him, and then he's moving forward.
It's still an action to make the horse go. Not a move action. It's still a tool check.
Where
It
is
is.
that? I have never seen anything of that, but
It's a tool check. It's a tool proficiency. Vehicle land is a tool proficiency. A tool check is an action, not a move action.
Okay. Then we'll say.
He's too busy fighting me to try and control our horse.
Okay. Then moving forward. That will hit. Did you want to take care of that damage?
I am going to use Stone's Endurance. Maybe? It's a 4. It's not that much. This word is maybe more. Take care of the damage, Eric. That's
Okay.
my thing.
Well,
Go. There we go. Worry
take
about
9
it
more.
later. No, it won't. Now I'm gonna Stone's
You're
Endurance.
So you'll
I'll
reduce
take
all that
1.
damage. Oh, take 1. So you'll take 5 points damage total.
Yes. And don't tell me it was a bad choice.
No,
because
that wasn't.
I still got 3 more.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the longer I stay up, the more chances they have killing a little bastard behind me, or I kill the guy in front of me. Let me know when it's my turn. Got 2 dead bandits, a Samber.
Samber, you're knocked off prone on the ground.
Okay. How much of my move does it take for me
Half.
to get up? Half?
And you should have 15 feet after that, so you can get back onto the cart if you want to.
No. Right there.
What are you attacking?
Well, I was going to try and thorn whip him off the side, but apparently I'm not allowed.
I mean, it'll still do its base damage. I don't know how much that is.
7. It'll still do the damage,
No.
but
No, I have to hit with the attack, and I missed.
yeah, you missed.
Oh,
Either way, I teleport back onto the wagon.
That's long. Okay, sorry.
that yet.
Okay.
Is that the runner?
Mm-hmm.
Still running?
Yep. Sorsha.
Eventually, he'll probably, pop his head up somewhere later on down the line. But for now, yeah, I imagine gone.
By the way, I do apologize, Nick. I really didn't know they had that ability to them until we started this. Until I picked them up and I go, "What's this do?"
Oh, by,
No,
by the
I understand. It just makes me mad.
So what does Sorsha want to do?
He's reading her spell list. All right, so he wants it. Sorsha commands him to flee.
Okay. As she is casting, I'm going to do a reaction.
He already used his reaction.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
What do you do his reaction for?
To keep me from knocking him the fuck out of the cart.
Yeah, it was mentioned that it was a reaction to use that resistance to being moved.
Unyielding
Okay,
is
never
you
mind.
may use your reaction.
No, you're correct. I just thought that it says I didn't see it at the end. It's at the end. That's why. All right. So, this guy, DC wisdom save. So he will flee. Want to take a strike?
I already used my reaction as well.
Okay.
So, no.
I would use mine, but I can't do it with a crossbow.
Double move. He doesn't have 30. Take away 10. And let's see, flee, and this will act for a round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means. So probably double move.
Yeah, that's what I just did. Because it's 10. It's 10 feet. That's 30. So okay, and then another.
That kind of sucks.
Why?
Oh, no, I was just thinking, like, by the fastest means possible. Yeah, but that means if you're a rogue, it's triple move.
Yes.
Einen.
Ooh, I'll miss the first one.
Who you hitting, north or south?
South.
Okay.
I've been working him over.
Hey, Brady, I'm just...
Oh, that hits.
That's still in range, right?
No.
For a crossbow?
Did he go down?
He did.
Great. I believe I can now...
8320.
No, I got one of these. It says I still get another attack.
He's just barely hitting it.
Yeah, according to that, it's just inside the short range.
Dogged it. Okay, he falls.
Yep, he falls.
Then I turn her. my move is to turn around and grin maniacally at the other guy.
Okay.
Ready?
You did take him out. Great weapon fire, and say you can swing again and
Go. So I can swing at the guy above me, right?
For a
That's- I was trying to find where I could.
great weapon great weapon fighting feat.
See, and I was looking at master, not the feet.
Well, look in your features. It says great master. Yeah, great weapon master is the one you look at. On your turn, you score a critical hit with the melee that reduces a creature's 0 hit point with one. You can make one melee attack as a bonus action.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. I misread it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So the one behind me, I'm doing that spinning swing too.
Okay.
So
It's a
here we
bonus
go.
action.
I mean, it's just for effect.
Yeah. He just barely moves out of the way as he sees his friend go down, and kind of like you can.
What do you think, guys? Action surge it and see if I can hit him one more time.
Nah.
Nah, not this late. Because there doesn't seem to be any more popping out.
Yeah.
Okay, he does it for a round until his next next turn.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? He's behind the rocks and I can't see him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
So Einan,
Yeah.
was that your action or was that a reaction to somebody
The
else?
bonus action to the fact that I killed the other guy in front of me. I hit him twice. I swung twice. I missed once, I believe.
Yeah, but
And then my second one
So
dropped
you-
into 0. Great
so
weapon.
the next person in rotation is me?
Should be, yes. Not
Yeah,
sure
it
why
should have been.
you're
Oh,
here.
sorry. Why did it skip? I don't know why. Hold on.
I don't know.
I don't know why it went there. Hold on. Let me go back.
Programming doesn't like games.
There you go, James.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, I'm like, because my trigger is, oh look, Einan's in his round. I need to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I don't need to move. So steady aim, and since he's still inside of the normal range, let's hope this works.
One running, or the one that was running, kind of
Yeah.
slowed down. Okay.
The one in the northeast.
Okay. Vantage will hit. 80-20, right at the. Oof. Oh, nice.
And I don't know
Does
if
that do
will
it?
drop him, but it.
Yeah, as he's running and he turns around for a moment and looks, gets a crossbow bolt in his eye and drops dead to the ground. Shot a man in the back. How about that?
Good
Given-
shot.
Given what he said to our local priest, that was not a man. That was an animal.
All right. Leaves this one.
Although, yeah, it's 7:30, so we're gonna have to finish this up pretty quick because I need to go knock out a load of laundry.
Everybody's gone. I'll make a. Nope. Can disengage as an action. Oh, we can't double move though. Never mind. Okay. He disengages so you can't attack him, and starts to make a run for it. Samber, you're in the
Has
car.
that
You
guy
can't.
been hit?
Whoa.
The guy who ran, has he been hit a lot, a little, or not at all?
He's been hit a bit.
He just stepped out of my reach, right?
Disengaged.
Disengaged.
He used his action to disengage.
Doesn't have disengage.
Anybody can
have an
disengage.
Yeah,
You have to
disengage is a standard combat action.
Yeah, whatever. I don't get that option. I have to protect people.
You choose heroically not to take that option. And we appreciate that.
I know.
Yeah, but you can't see him no more. At least not from where you're at. But you see him cautiously move away from Einen and start making a run, somewhat of a run from it.
It ain't gonna last long. Get back here. I ain't done with you yet.
I think I'm going to go help Einen.
Okay. Using your boots to teleport. And
Nope, just going. Should have. That was only. Yeah, that should have been. I should have had enough move to get there.
yeah. Cure wounds to Einen, 8 points. Anything else you're gonna do? Bonus action, move action.
I moved. I cast. I don't think I have much else. I guess I could try and give chase, but I mean, I'd only be teleporting after him. I mean, is he like bugging out, or is he like just trying to get away a little?
He's bugging out. He's not bugging out, but he's trying to get away.
Yeah, I ain't done with you yet.
Well, I can't get to him this round, and I know I can't stop him. So, no, I'm just gonna stay here.
Sorsha. Almost been kidnapped.
Yes, and I'm very irritated about that.
I saw something. I thought I'd make good story. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, in character, I'm irritated.
Yeah. It made really good story in the long run.
I mean, yeah. The argument for Samber to cross class into Berserker.
Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that would make it where you couldn't use any of your spells. Unless you buffed yourself first, like buff, raw.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
As long as they're not concentration, you'll be fine. Barbarian wizard. No. Okay.
That was a thing in 3.5, the Rage Mage, and it was amazing.
Yeah, they kind of nerfed that in this, but does she wish to do anything? Like, maybe take control of the reins for now?
I think she's gonna. She says she's gonna take control of the wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Control the wagon. If she has nothing else she would like to do. It would be Einen's turn. Einen?
She says if they're all dead, then no.
Yeah, well.
Wait, Samber's in front of me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's good. All right.
Hey, where'd that frightened guy go?
Oh, he's gone. I don't know where the other one is either. I don't know. Yeah. This guy's pissed me off. So,
Okay.
yeah, why don't you just put me down south of him? There you go. And then we're gonna play whack-a-mole.
Okay.
Or whack-a-fuck. Take your choice. I said I'm not done. That'll be a miss. Still not done.
There's a hit.
A whole 9.
That's enough to whack him.
Whack-a-mole. Bam. I said I'm not done.
As you
Oh,
miss once, but come back and crush against his back armor, and armor hits. And he goes down. He's like, "May the Black Earth curse you," and drops.
I don't think so. Really?
What the?
What?
It didn't work. I'm kind of
didn't
mad at it with it. Which hostiles will give. All right. Close that for a second. I'm gonna try again, but yeah, I'm not gonna clear this yet. But all right, yeah. He goes down, saying to you, "May the Black Earth curse you." I'm borrow you, Samber. I need to get this guy, and I'll reward y'all's XP for this. The rest of the
Freaking 8,000's good.
Come on.
Hey,
I got a question to ask.
Sure.
These guys, they're human?
Pretty much, yes.
And they're wearing plate?
Not really, no.
Okay, then can you
You go look.
armor?
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yes,
know
I
their
do.
armor.
Okay. You go to their armor. It's made out of stone.
Okay.
As you go to touch it and pick it up, it starts to crumble in your hands.
Lame. Do they have anything on them worth actually taking, or are they just wrapped in mud that looks like stone?
And, Yeah, in combat. Award XP. Yes. There it is.
$200.
Yeah, you realize that, like, really you were taking the bandits out when you hit with almost one swat.
Well, yeah, the initial bandits were exceptionally easy. The follow-up guys, not so much, but...
And they're only CR2. At least that's what this says in here.
I mean, their main abilities were they're heavily armored and not able to be moved.
Yeah, that's that unyielding, man.
You know, it is a specific defense against a specific thing, but
A thing I do a lot.
yeah,
The there's the looking clubs. They look like morning stars.
We'll take one.
Hold on, let's
Or
see.
2 or 3. Throw them in the back of the wagon.
Loot.
yeah. I mean, that is the nice thing of having an actual wagon with you. Is like, oh look, we can actually carry more.
Let's see. Hold on. Inventory. Yep, got inventory. Here, I will turn everybody into loot. They are lootable now. I'm not sure how it worked for you guys as lootable items, because it already gives me the roll, and you can hit the take all, I believe.
I'm not seeing anything other than experience.
Okay. On the monsters themselves, there's a treasure chest.
Yeah,
looking thing.
I see treasure chest.
Double
I
click.
see them. Oh, look at that. Got a morning star. And nothing else. Oh, there's nothing in there. Okay.
Some have gold, some don't, I think.
Ooh, I got some out of this one. There we go. Take the doll.
Kind of cool. Kinda.
It's nifty.
Yeah, it's interesting. I split the currency off of these 3.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Where do we... Hey, Eric, that's not actually... Mine didn't show up unless you grabbed them all. Oh, you grabbed them all, Nick? Never mind. Sorry. I don't mind it. I just was curious.
Yeah, the bandits have probably what?
Scimitars and some coins.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, scimitars.
And light crossbows, I believe.
Those didn't show up on there.
Okay. It is kind of random.
Yeah,
But the rest of the time, it does get you know, your travel time. I'll go ahead and move, because I believe y'all got all the loot, right? You got all the loot.
Yep.
As I know.
Yeah, because you're missing one bandit, and that's it. So, and he ran away. Now, normally in one day, this could be the farthest you go. If you wish to do a forced march, you could probably make it to Westbridge. And that would be an inn for the night.
Then let's
Force
do
March
that.
is just a What, like a con check versus exhaustion?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it would be, yeah, because it's only 8 more miles, and you could do a force, and it would be a con check, but it'd be con check against the horse, because the horse is doing the work.
I am assuming the horse has a decent con.
Do I need to make a con check or not? For a force march?
Right, the horse?
No.
No. Is it a ability check, or is that a saving throw? That's the question I'm at. I think, would it be a saving throw for that?
Hang on.
Can it just be
Additional
a
hour.
It's not you. It's doing it. It's
A
the horse.
Constitution saving throw at the
Okay.
end of the hour. DC is 10 plus 1 for each hour past 8. So
Okay.
if it only takes us 1 hour, then it's DC 11 versus, a con saving throw, which
All
I'm
right.
assuming the horse is gonna make.
16. He makes it. So he doesn't take it as
But
level.
even if he hadn't made it, they get
Yeah.
1 level of exhaustion, and you get to take off 1 level of exhaustion per long rest. So
Yeah.
they'd have been fine once we got to town.
Right. And I will just activate this scene here, which will put y'all here. And that would have been another, at least, putting y'all towards the night. You do find to be what is a local inn and partake into it. I'll just stop and pause here, and we'll go into details about here or whatever